Hello and welcome viewers. Now, in this video lecture series, I'm continuing with the operator overloading concept. So let's take a very simple programming example. So let's include our header file, IO stream, input output stream, and I have to include the namespace using namespace standard. Okay, here is my int main, and that is going to return me a 0 value. If my program is successful, it's going to return me a 0. Okay, so now in this program, I'm going to declare two integers. Let's take a and b are my integer. Let's initialize them to some value. Okay, so now let's take a sum that is equal to a plus b. Fine. Uh, for this, I have to take a sum as a variable. So this is a usual method to use your operators. Fine. So these are my operators. Assignment operator. Fine. Okay. So let's see. Okay. Okay. Assignment operator. These binary. These are all binary operators. Fine. And similarly, you can use some like a plus plus, post increment plus plus a, pre-increment. Fine. And if I'm going to write C out, and we already covered this thing in a previous lectures, right? So now let's see that what is the concept of overloading is. So here we are going to learn overloading, that is operator. So we already learned the overloading, already learned function overloading. Now this is another concept of a polymorphism. Polymorphism means many forms. Poly, so it's a conjunctive. So you can segregate this thing, this word into two parts. Poly means many, morphism means form. So now here these operators are meant to implement on a basic data type. So here in this example, I have used this thing on a integer, where integer is my basic data type. Okay, so now here I'm going to demonstrate the operator overloading. Overloading means now I'm going to use the same thing. Let's start with this unary operators. Fine. So it is operating on a basic data type. Now, can I use the same operator on a user-defined data type? So, defined data type, I'm going to define as a class. This is my class A, and here let's take a integer x. So now A is my new type. Class is a user-defined data type. Okay, instead of this basic data type, now let's declare an object. Let's create some any random variable like t, and now uh, up to this it's very much clear. Let's execute our program. So let's save it as overloading operator. Okay, so 7 is our output. Okay, so 5. Okay, I just do some stuff with the a. 5 5 plus 6, 6 plus 7, so 7 is our output. So now can I done the same this thing on a user defined data type? That is the question. Fine. Okay, let's try to implement that. Like okay, first I have to give some value to a. So sorry, x. So here I'm going to declare a constructor. a. Uh, Here I can assign some value that the default value of x would be, let's suppose 0. When an object of this type of A is declared, its value of the data member x, that would be 0. Now, can I do this? So now, is this a valid syntax with respect to the class? So now let's try to execute this. I'm going to compile this. Okay, so constructor, here is a mistake. Constructor should be in a public declaration so that we can create an object for that. So now I'm going to again compile this. Okay, so it says that no operator plus plus int declared for the postfix, this one. So now it says that these plus plus operator are meant to be operate freely on user defined data type. Sorry, not on a user defined data type, but only to the basic data type. So as you know, user defined data type, this class is like a user defined data type, and now it's a responsibility of a user that what kind of a data pattern it's going to represent with this, and what are the operations you can perform on that. Okay, so let's code one operation like void show. Okay, here I'm going to write cout x. So this is the one of another operation. Fine. This is one of the another operation to show the content of data member. Fine. Now, as this plus plus is meant for the basic type, now you want this operator to be applicable on your own designed type. So now let's see that how we can achieve that. Before that, let's see just underline basic concept. So if I'm talking about the operators, so I can categorize the operator into two parts. The first one is unary, second one is binary. So unary that contains like plus a, minus a, plus plus a plus plus, minus minus uh, a minus minus, and so on. There are plenty of another, unary data type like not and another one. So under binary, it would be like a plus b, fine, uh, a into b, and so on. There are plenty of them. Fine. So now we are going to learn this operator overloading in two parts. First, we will overload a unary operators. So in the unary operators, there is a one operator and one operand. In a binary, there is a one operator that is acting upon a two operands. So here a and b are the operands, whereas plus is the operator. Similarly over here, fine. Multiplication is the operator, a and b are the operands. So now let's make this thing possible on my own data type. So here I have to define some another method. Fine. So that would be void. So this is the syntax. Void operator, where operator is a keyword in a C++. Okay. So this is the method to overload any of the operator. So whatever the operator you want to overload, that should be written over here after the operator keyword, right? So now inside it, now what do you want to do? You are going to define inside it. So here I will write x plus plus. Now here remember, it doesn't matter that inside the function what you are writing in a prefix or a postfix, that doesn't matter over here, because eventually This statement is going to be executed, then eventually the function is transferring the control to line number 25. So now here I have overload. So this is the syntax for the overloading prefix unary increment operator. So though you have overloaded this operator, but that will not work for the post increment. Fine. So let's try this for the plus plus t. Fine. So this is the syntax for the prefix binary operator. So let's execute this. Okay, so our program has been compiled successfully. Okay, so let's call the value t dot show. So let's see. Okay, whenever I'm declaring the constructor t, its value is initialized to 0 because of the constructor. Then I just overload this operator, the prefix increment operator. So now let's see that what is the result of our coding. Okay, so it's a 1. So it doesn't matter, if I'm having a two values over here. So let's take a y equals to gain 0. You can take any random value. Let's suppose y will start from the 10. Fine. So here in this operator overloading, so I will take y plus plus. So now let's see. So you can define, what this operator is going to operate. So it's okay, show only 1. So in a show, I have to write something like this: x equals to x, okay, and y equals to y. Okay, let's see now how these values would. Okay, c is equal to 1, y is equal to 11. Right. So let's make a handle so that, okay, you can put a slash n over here so that your y output would be in a next line. So this was our binary operator overloading. So how sorry, unary operator overloading. Okay, now let's see how I can make even a postfix increment possible. Fine. So now I want to make this postfix increment also. Let's see that is it working. Okay, no, it's not working. So even error suggests that there should be some integer. So this is the syntax. You should remember the syntax. Okay, so now whatever the operator you want to overload, you should be defined a method for that. Fine. So I want to overload both of the unary and binary uh, increment. Sorry, both of the prefix and postfix increment operator. So the definition would be the same, but here I have to pass a int over here. So now this is a postfix, overloading postfix unary increment. Sorry for the spelling mistakes. Okay. So now let's see what will happen this time. Okay, so it's a 2 and 12. So now the both are working. Okay, so remember you can overload almost all the variables, but you can overload. Sorry, you can overload the operators, and there are 4 operators you can't overload in this way. Fine. So let's see that what are those. Operator can't be overloaded using member function. Okay, so first one is your size of that a unary operator. Fine, size of you can't overload this operator, and second one is, let's remove this. Second one is your scope resolution operator. Fine, and third one is your dot. Fine, or dot star member access operator. Fine, and fourth one is your size of operator. This one, this one, this one. That is your conditional operator. Fine. So that is your conditional operator. Conditional conditional operator. So this is member SS operator. This is scope resolution operator. Okay, so in next video lecture we are going to learn how to overload some other operators. Fine, you can also overload like extraction operator, insertion operator. Fine, there a little bit there is a difference between that, and even whenever you're using assignment, like if I'm going to assign one object to another, fine. So then in that particular case we have to use a return type also, fine. So all this code would be available uh, online, and that link would be in the description. And keep subscribe to my YouTube channel, so that you will get update videos, fine. Thanks for watching.